All right, it says I'm live. It says I have sound, and my camera looks correct. Pardon me. Somebody was not on it this morning. There's going to be some moving. I'm early, so. Why is that all crooked? All right, that's better. Good morning, Farn. Good morning, Sylvia. Good morning, lurkers. Good morning, anyone that shows up after or anyone catching the replay. I think I've got you all covered. Sylvia just showed up because I told her I was going to make trouble. I don't think she can hear me. Well, I needed to do some stuff to my machine, and I knew that I would forget to turn this on once I started cleaning quickly, changing my needle. By the way, the little credit card holders with the magnet in them, as soon as I glue that down, I'm going to put my needles in it. I like them. They work, and they have good shutters things on them. Just cheap ones, the cheapest ones I could find on Amazon. Oh, my key. There it is. Good morning, Deborah. I have a heavy duty. You know what else I had to do today? Forgive me if I make faces. I woke up this morning, my ribs feel like somebody used them for a punching bag. Nobody used them for a punching bag, just to be clear. Took my arthritis medicine and it's still, hopefully it kicks in. Sylvia's on silent mode, so she can't hear me. I have not done any cleaning or needle changing or changing my blade probably for 2, maybe 3 weeks. I don't know that I've done enough to do it, but my machine said I need to do something to it because it was acting up. And I find it usually knows when I need to take care of it. Let's turn that on so I can see it a little bit better. So good morning from here in so far sunny Missouri Ozarks. Gonna do some maintenance before we do some chatting. Might do some sewing. Hopefully we do some sewing because I'm not doing any sewing in between. I'm just kind of meh. I should have took that out first. I don't think I've done that before. And that's practically empty, so let's get a bobbin. Just in case I do so. My machine was not wanting to sew for me. It was going that, and then I get a bird's nest. And my needle was going boom, 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 instead of piercing. So, thought I would do this real quick. It doesn't take very long. I haven't wanted to do anything for anything in a while. I'm not burnt out on sewing. I'm just too overstimulated with information about it and the things I want to do. Too overstimulated. But I'm waiting for that to pass so I can concentrate better because I don't know about you, but goes off my fingers. These are arthritis gloves. They're compression gloves. At the time I got them, they were pretty, come on, get off. Pretty expensive. My hands have troubles. My husband says I'm clicking my nails at night. That's not what I'm doing. I'm popping my thumbs because they hurt and they're stiff. I've explained that to him a couple times. So I thought I would wear my gloves and maybe it'd help. But it helped last night. Procrastinating. Yes. Yes. I procrastinate. This weekend, I watched my friend Dee Dee over at My Big Tidy Up. And I will put links in just a second. And I was like, oh, labels. She got carried away with labels. Maybe, maybe not. Can you have too many labels? Don't know. Anyway, it in theory is possible. Well, I was going to label all my little boxes back here that you probably can't see. All these little things. And then I didn't. Why? Because it takes two hands, the phone, the printer, and the magnifying glass so I can read the fine print on all those little parts. The bags and stuff they come in, and I was not doing it today. And my laundry's having that sleepover in the dryer. That will be broken up later today from yesterday, but I did get up at 4 o'clock yesterday morning and do laundry like I usually do. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to put some links in. I don't know if my ribs are going to let me sew. They're giving me a very hard time. Where's my, there we are. Okay, so, whoops. I have messed up things before by trying to do this myself. That's why I appreciate my moderators. Let's see, and let's get links into their channels because I do appreciate them. Melissa, hopefully, is getting a well-deserved nap. We are just, we're insomniacs, I think. What was I doing? And now that I'm doing something else, I'm just, Sylvia surprised me with Melissa's link. Let's see, Dee. Whoops, that's not how you spell Dee. Let's try that again. You're going to have all kinds of links over here. If you don't have your chat open, go over there and drop that chat box. If for nothing else, to grab the links and check out some new channels, see what they're up to, see what they're about. And I have a new one that I meant to mention on my haul Saturday, but I cutting it down trying to, just get the information because I am horrible about going sideways on things. I actually did pretty good on Saturday. But there is another channel. It's a bag making channel. Her name is Lori at Wild Pony Designs. Let's see if I can get that in there. Let's see if I can go on to another tab without messing us all up. Don't hit that. Okay, give me just a second. I'm trying to find something without ruining my live. I don't think it's going to let me do that. Sorry. I'm trying to share people. If you like bag making and you haven't found anybody your speed, I have some that I've found are my speed. There's other ones that I watch that are a little bit fast for me, but that's why we have the pause, the slow down. I think there's a slow down. Maybe it's only speed up. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Lynn. Finally, I could spell. What did you spell? Oh, Melissa. Melissa is a harder name than you think to spell. And one of the new people I've found, Wild Pony Designs. Her name's Lori, Lori. I don't think she's in the bot, or maybe I put it as Lori too. I do weird things. Okay, and I'm trying to find the link to her page. There we go. There's me a link. I'm going to get her in there. She's doing a live with the other lady that I like watching for bags, Barbie, on the 19th at 10 a.m. And don't miss Mom and Pop, who are on today. I don't know what they're going to be doing. They're going to be doing something, and you're sure to enjoy it because that's just what they do. And I'll try to get my commercial over just as soon as I get things in here. Okay, now this is, put that in there. Wild Pony Designs. And the Barbie lady has a shop that she has links for. Oh, I was wondering about that. But since I was making some bags, I thought I'd share it with you guys, some people that I found very useful for my speed and my ignorance. Very useful. So, but this is still a quilting channel. This is still going to be quilting because I don't want to do bags. They're kind of time consuming. But okay, let's finish this up. Normally, I give it a swish up here. And I always do it after I've cleaned the bottom. No, that's not how I clean my house, but that is how I clean my machine. And I notice I don't pay as well attention when I'm on a live. When I take this bobbin case out, it's got a little felt piece right here. That little felt piece, you can see it on the side right there, always goes to the back, away from me. Maybe everybody knows that. Maybe everybody doesn't. These nails are out of control. They are twice the length that I usually get them, but that's how unmotivated I've been. Come on. Oh, I will take that out and start over. The first time it went in perfectly. There we go. Then I had to show you. Where did I put the, there it is. I'm not doing a great clean, although I should probably put a drop of oil in it because this one was in hiding for a while. Which means I need to find my oil. There it is. That's not. Good morning, Wendy. And I was going to tell you, I don't think I ever gave her credit for Hump Jumper. I am absolutely sure she's the one who told me about the Hump Jumper and that it was a Hump Jumper. I was thinking that this weekend when I was watching some bag videos and one lady was using it all the time. I was like, Wendy. Wendy came to mind. She makes amazing things. And I think I never can remember to spell it. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I saw at the end of your name now it has the spelling of your name. Let's see if we could show people some of what you do by sharing your channel, even if you don't. Do it as regular. There we go. Okay. I usually put a little drop of oil right in the bobbin case every time I clean it out and change it. It seems to make it happy. Make sure it's seated back right. This goes right for me about 8% of the time. And I like making up statistics. It goes back into place with my fingers. I usually try to replace the needle last. That way I'm not accidentally hitting something and possibly hurting myself. No. And what's wrong with you? Something that's too tight. Let's take the top off and recheck it. That's something I've learned. If it feels too tight when I try to spin that wheel, I can hear it when I. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. See, I told you it doesn't go right for me most of the time when I do this part. Probably didn't get that bobbin case seated correctly. That is usually the culprit. Everything felt straight. Good morning, Sherry. And see, I would have been late for the live had I not pushed start before I started playing this. Should I have done it before? Yeah, I was playing Amazon. Which, by the way, must be having shipping problems because they aren't having as much stuff as they usually do on the Vine program. Oh, these nails have got to go. Came off perfectly easy last time. These, you need to pull it towards you, and then pull it up and twist it because there's a little tab right here that's going to get caught. I also had to find that on a video. That does not feel wrong. I'm looking for a little thread, anything that might be. That's how it should sound. That is moving as it should. Got a little wiggle room in there. I don't know. It just likes me to do this part twice every time. What is everybody up to? I know how to use full sentences. I choose not to much of the time. Come on. Okay, that is on. That feels better. Something just wasn't seated quite right. It happens. Like I said, pretty often with this machine, I just have to do it again. Good morning, Melissa. Oh, you two have ruined my plan. I thought Melissa was going to be sleeping and Sylvia was going to be having a nice lunch. So neither one would be in to moderate. I was going to make y'all think that we had a fallout because I think that would have been funny. You know how the rumor mill likes to be? Get tongues a-wagging. I would have told you the truth. I wouldn't do that to you for very long. Oops. Well, I don't know what happened, but everything's turning as it should now. It does that. This makes my organizing heart happy. Oh, Dee Dee came in. Good morning, Dee Dee. But that doesn't work right now. Don't fight it. Just don't fight it. And this has to go in. There's a little, I heard somebody call it like a bean right here. I think that's a good name. It's like a crescent moon. Goes in behind it. And you pull it up. And you're supposed to bring it over here and cut it. But I never do that because I pull mine up. Like you do old-fashioned machines. This flat edge of this goes in the back. I put my screwdriver up too soon. Too soon. Yeah, if you haven't checked Fat Quarter Shop and Missouri Star, they had both been having some great sales. Under here, there's like a little bead you can see in this bar. That needle pushes all the way up to it. Don't ask why I know that. Somebody did not seat the needle right one time and was having a complete tantrum because it was the machine. It couldn't have been anything I did. Until I looked at it, I was like, the needle is actually crooked. Rabbit, not squirrel, rabbit. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. I have both my machines over here because the other one, I'm waiting for thread from Wall Whack I tried that T70 thread, which is really thick thread. The needle needs to be all the way up for this to catch on that loop. Then catch this loop down here. I have close-ups and shorts somewhere on my page. Pull it through. Worked on the first try. Well, something there. I was looking for T3545, which is their weights a thread. You know, I went down that rabbit hole weeks ago. Thank goodness, because then I understand the T threads. But our friend Tracy was telling me that I should try a 35 or 45, and I did not like the way the machine was sewing, and I don't think my machine liked for that T70 at all, which is like a 28 weight, 24 weight, something like that. Okay, I've got the thread up. Steal this presser foot for quilting, just in, oops. It looked like it tried to tie around my needle. It has done that. Okay, there we go. Now, yeah, Tech 70 is what I use on my industrial machines. Gypsy Woman Wendy says. Oh, you sell your bags. Oh, nice. Is it on Etsy? Is it like a craft market? Is it? Oh, now we need to know. Put my needle in the middle. Get that down. This is one of the blocks off of what I'm calling the solenoid block. It's 4 different FPP blocks put together for the Show Me City Lights quilt. I named it. I forgot the name. And this is one of them. I thought I would try to work on that today. Let's see, whoops. This is the one I had done a few weeks ago. Just post personal Facebook page. I don't want to mess with an external website. Nice. Cool. Congratulations. I hope they're doing, I know they got to be doing well. I've seen your work. I've been procrastinating. Okay. Oh, that's where I put them. I had to reprint this one because I messed it up once. I kept getting pieces that were too small and insisting they work for me. But I've got this little, it's just a picture holder. I put the other 2 blocks that I haven't done in it. I knew I had them somewhere. It's just been a while since I touched them. Let's see. Well, I'm picking some fabrics. I'm going to do light on one side, dark on the other side. And I don't want the fight of figuring out if it's actually wide enough today. So we're going to do excessive when we get to that, if we get to that. You know, how far am I in? Okay. Any family that might watch me has already given up, which they don't. But, you know, I offered to make someone a purse. Offered to do it in whatever fabric they wanted, whatever vinyl, you know. Can mix it with some vinyl because I can do that and it looks nice. I bet those are the pieces I was going to use for the dark side, since they're already here. And they shouldn't be mixed with the white. This is what happens when I get mad about messing up a block. I put everything in one spot that doesn't belong. This thing actually has 3 different areas. I can use all those for one side. I'll do that. Oh no, see, ones like this is what got me aggravated the other day. I'm going to take these out here though while I'm here. I offered to make them a purse. And I was like, oh, this is pretty fabric. Would you like this shop? Because we were at the store. And they told me, no, you've got enough to do. What they didn't know is I had already gotten one started for them. And that's kind of why I'm out of whack. You know, when nobody you know wants your stuff, literally can't give it away to people I know. I'm going to take it to the donation place because I don't want to fool with shipping and all that to give it away here. And it's not perfect. It's not fabulous. But you know, when I was little, I liked mom's purses, old purses to play with and stuff like that. So, but anyway, I was a little bit discouraged from the complete lack of support I have around me. So that's why everything's kind of went. That was a technical term. What bag pattern is that? That is a free sunshine crossbody by, I don't think it's in Malign Designs. It's on my community page somewhere. It shouldn't be too far down. Who did that one? Anyway, a sunshine crossbody is what it's called. And this one is 1 inch bigger than the last one I made. The last one is not close to me and I'm not getting up to get it. Swoon. By Swoon. It takes me a minute to see it, so thank you, Melissa. Yes, Swoon. Okay. Because I was trying free ones because the paid ones that I've gotten was the necessary clutch wallet. I stopped following directions halfway through that. I watched Melissa and that other lady that I like, Barbie. I was taking turns watching them. And I was like, oh, I can do the rest of this by myself, not even looking at the pattern. I'm delusional. That one, and my phone went off. I just hit it over here. I have to make sure it's not my husband. No, I don't know what's going on. This is how organized I am. But I thought that bag would be pretty with very impractical liner. This is like a satiny fabric. But I thought that would be a good, you know, a church bag or something like that, you know, dress up bag, not, you know, a practical one that you can just throw in the washer easily and stuff like that. There's my phone. Nope, doesn't look like it's anything. Okay. My husband works somewhere where he is around big machinery and stuff like that. And if there is an accident, which thank you, Lord, he's only had a couple issues and very small ones at that, like pulled strained muscle that he had to go to workman's comp for. But, you know, he'll let me know. And I have to look. Oh, are we playing hooky? My quilt projects. Dawn, are we playing hooky? Tell me we're playing hooky. I like rule breakers. So what's going to be in the center? Do I have something to put in the center of this that I'm going to like? I'm sure I was in the middle of saying something and I forgot. Yeah. Like a very bright blue. I like blues. Will that fit in the center? No, it will not. None of these will. Stop trying. Dawn has a channel. I am still in the box. Good, so I don't have to touch anything or possibly go sideways here. That's our friend Dawn. Now she's a quilter. Dawn says, I needed a couple of days. Work is driving me into a daisy pusher into the ground. Everybody saying hi in the chat. Pardon me, I've almost got my coffee finished this morning. That's what happens when you're up at 4. At least when I'm up at 4. I start my coffee first thing. Well, actually, on the way out of my room, I start laundry if it needs to be done. Then I turn my electronics on when I get to this room. Then when I finally make it to the kitchen, I start my coffee and toast. Some days that can take a half hour or so to get to the kitchen on the other side of the house. Oh, I was going to change this blade because it hasn't been changed in a month. So if you haven't cleaned your machine, changed your needle, it's a good time to do it. I get these blades from Amazon. I do have an affiliate link that's down below. I don't know if these are on it or not. It's not sponsored. That's just where I got them from. And I usually have a piece of my tin foil out to change my blade. So I'm sure that my fingers don't go nowhere near it, but not today. We're just going to do a loosey-goosey like this. Don't ask where I learned these words. I've got to stop watching people. I'm just cleaning this out real quick. Pop this blade up. Not touching the edges. Comes right off that disc. Throw it in there, and this is strictly my sewing, so I know there's a possibility there's something sharp in this trash can when I take it out. So I don't worry about that too much, although I usually do use tin foil and put it directly in the other trash. Make sure I don't have two blades here. I've done that more than once. How's the Yoder project? Oh, her next block is dropping this coming Saturday, by the way. Thank you. I was going to mention that. I hate these nails. I hate these nails. I'm not a long nail girl. My sister would love them. Now this has a D shape on the back. You just, let's see, you just line that up, push that back up, and it catches it. And this changes the blade from left to right, which I've never used. And now we have a new blade. Let's be dangerous. Let's throw caution to the wind. Let's let everybody know I'm kidding. Okay. Blade has changed. I have January, February, March. How many do I have made? I only have one left to do of hers. And I will probably do it this weekend because she gets me excited again about quilting stuff. I like hers. I only have one left to do this weekend, and then I decided I'm not going to do those that I designed kind of willy-nilly. I'd rather do hers. Then I just have to get them into FPP form instead of starting kind of from scratch, which they're pretty easy. But, you know, I just love her colors, and I love trying to match her colors with the ones I have because I have one Jolly Bar of hers. And when I don't have the color in that, I have some of my stash that I'm using to do that. That's where these are coming from. Not this one. This is one that hasn't made it in its final resting spot. Ooh. Oh, Dawn was on top chat, not live chat. If you see the chat over, I don't know what direction this is for you. We're not even going to try this morning. If it says top chat up there, above where all your chat is coming up, you might want to drop that down to live chat so you don't miss stuff. Dawn said she had top chat, not live chat up. And Dee Dee said, well, I'm quiet today because I'm just now having my coffee. It's amazing how chatty coffee can make a person. Okay, got my needle changed. Trying to lose my voice. I have water because I knew I was finished my coffee. Hydrate. It's hot out here in Missouri. Keep hydrated. I need to move these things a little bit. Gone. Cheers, sweetie. Did I unplug? I unplugged one of my iron thingies. Making sure it wasn't this one. And I'm going to turn so y'all can see me. Well, I'm going to turn the camera. Close your eyes if you get vertigo. We're going to try to tilt. And I will try to remember to let you know to open. Don't open yet. Good morning, Halo. Good morning, good morning. there's just no cutting off my head. So I think that's okay for now. I think that's okay for now. By the way, you know, I always ask for this because I'm a believer. If you're a prayer warrior, just pray for everybody. At this point, just pray for everybody. There's floods, there's fires, there's world things I'm not getting into on this channel, and no one else is either, because we're not doing that. But I am going to say pray. If you pray, if you light a candle, if you just want to send out good vibes, I am all for it. Okay. These are just the scraps from this quilt that I've been working off of. This was from the border. Yeah, the border, the outside border that was left over. I always keep that first cut that I do to straighten it up because I know I can use it in FPP. Let's cut this piece down to fit that. I think I changed it since I printed this one. This is just one that I had printed. I think this is section F on that I shared at the top, and the pattern for the solenoid block, which, because, you know, I used to build transmissions, that's what I felt like calling. I was trying to think of something different. This needs to be 1.5. Yeah, the middle block needs to be 1.5. Oh, Coleen. Yes. I see Sherry. And Angel is live, and thank you for putting that up early so I would remember, because last week I forgot you weren't doing one. Week before, I think I forgot you weren't doing one. Last week, my husband was home being obnoxious. Pardon me. That feels like my asthma. Yes, Sherry. I see Sherry. Did I miss something? Did you try Sherry? And, oh, did you try Sherry and Chelsea's fabric? I think you would like them. Their colors are similar to Corey. I haven't yet, but I fully intend to, because I do. I love their colors too. There are several creators that have the same color. Sorry about that, Sherry. I was distracted. Sherry had asked if I tried Sherry and Chelsea. No, I haven't, but I did subscribe to their newsletter. By the way, them and Corey, and more people probably do it, I don't know. I am late to this game. Them and Corey Yoder have a $5 pattern for the month. Every month that you can get. I think it's usually on their Etsy. I don't know where they are. Corey's is on their Etsy though. I need glue. Any washable acid-free glue will do. These lids are a little bit tough to get off. Wrong sides together. Wrong side of paper, wrong side of fabric. That's good enough. Huh, you can see I've got a 1/4 inch all the way around this. I want to play with my new ruler that I got from Halo. I regret choices. Ultimate Flying Geese tool. I want to play with this. But to do that, I need to get these bags out of my brain. I've got the one started that was supposed to be for my relative that doesn't want it. That just needs a few seams sewn. I've got, oh, yum. Sylvia had curry. That's what we do. This is a chatty thing. I have this one that I need to talk to Tracy to. She was going to help me figure out how to get this zipper done right. I watched Mom and Pop. She was going to video chat with me so we could get that done right. These are the straps. By the way, if you missed it, this is the professional tote by Thimble something. I'm sorry. I'll get these eventually, but I knew I was going to put leather on the bottom, and I decided I wanted it washable because my idea is diaper bag. And these were supposed to be drawstrings. I don't want to mess with drawstrings, so I put elastic in there, and I can't remember. That may have been Tracy's idea. Laura Lynn put fold-over elastic here. I didn't have any fold-over elastic at that time, so I used elastic that I took out of a sheet. Yep. I learned how to put these on. I learned how to put a snap in, which is just supposed to be on the inside, but that's okay because we kind of fixed it. And I learned that heavy interfacing is not needed for the entire bag because I can't squish it. This thing is so thick. It's sturdy, not really thick. It's sturdy. And inside it's got what's supposed to be a laptop. Hang on a second. A laptop zipper. But our laptops won't fit in it. And it works. It's sewn in. And I padded it and I quilted it. I quilted the inside with some padding. And I did Velcro for the first time. So I'm learning a ton of things doing these bags. But I've got that bag. I finished the necessary clutch wallet. This one, and I've got the one for my daughter-in-law that I need to perfect so I can make her a bag. And then I can do this. I do flying geese. It's everybody's absolutely sick of them. Sherry, Lynn, love that bag. Thank you guys. Did you get the fabric from KC Maker? I got that fabric from Joann's several years ago, but I have it in my local quilt shop. KC Maker. I think. And all these things, the girlfriends wanted me to learn a couple years ago. My brain wasn't there. I didn't have time. So I am learning it now. KC Maker. Is that the shop that I've got saved up here? I have a shop saved. Let's see if I can do it. No, that's the Branson shop. I need to look that one up. I need more Chiefs fabric. This used a ton. Need more Chiefs fabric. We're not going to do this whole block. I just needed something to sew while we chat because I get very awkward when we don't have something to sew. And I'm chatting forever. Okay, that's great. My sock is stuck to the cord Velcro thing. Melissa says, I'm LOL at Coleen learning new techniques. Quilt shop in Kansas City. Oh, I have one saved in my favorites. I don't know if that's the one or not, but they had all kinds of KC fabrics. That is probably the one because I really do need more Chiefs fabric in my life. I have that one piece and it's almost gone. Okay, what is number one? It's light, or number two. This was number one. Number two is a light color. Melissa said, Angel, if you like vinyl, check out your vinyl source. Some really pretty vinyls in new to me designs. And Halo says, there are a ton, but KC Maker is our favorite. I will check them out. Thank you. And by the way, a lot of shops I find, all the shops I find, I think, have been suggestions by other people, by other content creators, because I don't trust just anything I come across on the internet. Self-taught stuff, learning techniques makes you better with sewing wisdom. Dawn says, thank you. Live and learn, she says. Yes, thank you very much, Dawn. I'm going to match this edge up. Relatively speaking, this piece is way too big because this is only about a 1/2 inch finished. So all you need is a 1 inch, which a Honey bun would work for that. Let me see if I remember how to do this. I'm going to sew the line between number 1 and number 2. I'm sorry, my voice is just going up and down. Oh, that sounds so much better than it did. But that vinyl shop, that Barbie lady suggested I asked over her on hers because I really didn't want to order from just anybody. Plus, she was very knowledgeable about places that would work, that might have what would work on a domestic instead of, you know, me hoping. Although I know from Tracy and her, and I think someone else, that I shouldn't go over 1 millimeter thick on my domestic machine, which is fine. Push it down, push it back. Turn the iron on. Because we're that kind of crazy sometimes. Sometimes we iron, sometimes we don't. Where's my other scissors? Pardon me. I'm just going to... Am I though? Am I though? Let's put these in back of me. I was just going to cut that straight with my scissors and I decided against it. Let's iron it and then we'll see how it goes. Because when you iron it, it makes it flatter, it looks neater, it makes your edges neater, which are great if that's what you're using, like me, to judge your 1/4 inch. After I get these bags sorted out, and I don't know how long that'll take, I will get back on track with a project, preferably free. Yeah, preferably by somebody other than I should say that, but I'm going to somebody other than myself. So I pulled my paper back on the line and cut a 1/4 inch past that. I go above it because I usually do this. Most people usually do this last when they get back around to it, but I do it first above it to make sure I've got that 1/4 right there. Oh, and you guys can barely see. And if you're on a phone, you can zoom in and see what a bad job I did on my nails. I was going to touch them up with a Q-tip, but then I didn't. There's Tracy. There is Miss Tracy, and we need to video chat today so you can help me finish that back. I kept meaning to yesterday, and it was about time for my husband to call, and I was like, oh, I'll wait. And then I forgot it. Let's see. The next one, 1, 2, 3 is also a light color. And it's also a short one. Do not burn me, iron. I'm telling you, bad things will happen to you. Tracy makes bags also to sell. She does commissioned bags and stuff like that. So she is an awesome resource. She doesn't have a channel. You could pin this, you could glue this. I'm not stressing over it today. The last one I did came apart. I'm back stitching. My stitch length is 1.6 on this machine. It could be shorter. I'm cutting off, since I back stitched at the beginning, at the end, I'm cutting off very close because I don't go over the 1/4 inch. Like I think that's Kimberly Jolly. I've seen do that. And it works for her. So whatever works for you, you do that. Don't let people shame you into doing what works for them just because they say that's not the way. They are not your friend. Unless they're trying to make it more efficient and easier on you. And then they are. You should listen. I can talk out of both sides of my mouth at the same time. That's an impressive skill. Tracy doesn't have a channel because Where is that? Drive safe, Sylvia. Oh, leaving the restaurant? Yes, drive safe. And losing the signal. Deborah says her arthritis is making... I'm sorry if I've missed something, you know, looking down and looking up. Like I said, I'm trying not to stress. So I've been stressing for absolutely no reason when it comes to my sewing stuff. Just because I'm overwhelmed with ideas, not because I just don't want to sew. I'm just overwhelmed with ideas to the point where it's stopping me. That's the second one I put on, so I'm going to go above that second one 1/4 inch. Okay, technically it's a third. I'm going to go above it 1/4 inch because I knew that was too big and cut that off. So my next one will just lay right on top of it. I think I just cut my paper, which I do pretty often. See that? It's not going to hurt anything. We're going to ignore it. Tracy says, I don't have a channel because I have loose lips. Potty mouth. LOL. She does. I pray for her. Just so you know. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a darker color, so I'm going to use this one. Is that? We're going to say it is. I'm not cutting it down because this, I did that on the one that I tossed out. So this is what I would call tantrum sewing. I've got my right sides together. I have lined them up. Those are getting in the way. On the fabrics they're going against right here. You can see this right. It's actually pretty good. I like it when this thing cooperates. And I'm going to go down that line on number 4. And I scoot this over. I have to watch it because sometimes I'll flip my fabrics when I'm doing this, and that's very frustrating to have to pick those out. I have done it so many times. So many times. Tracy is very nice. All my friends usually respect that I don't cuss. I don't like cussing. I believe there is a time and a place for it. Don't get me wrong, but in general, I don't. I know. I'm weird. Trust me, I don't fit in anywhere. I really don't. And then the piece we just sewed on, we're going to push that back. Oh, Dee Dee. If you've got some coffee in you and you can chatter a little bit. I was wondering, since you're a sewist once removed, it's a thing. What does the sewist sew in your life? Does she make those vinyl? Are they vinyl? Those shirts that you wear? Your brand shirts that are really cute. I was wondering about that. I kept meaning to ask and I forgot. And it just dawned on me too. Ah, thank you, Melissa. You do fit in somewhere. I've gotten to where I don't go into chats, live chats. I leave comments afterwards, but I watch them on my TV just because I worry about my mouth. Okay, the one I just put on, when I flip it over, I'm going to go right above it and get a 1/4 inch, and I should be using my add a 1/4 ruler, which I have actually done. Then I went and cut my papers. And this one just barely made it. Well, I love Tracy too. I don't know why you're saying you love her, Sylvia. And Deborah, by the way, I hear you on the arthritis. My ribs, for some reason. I don't know if you caught it when I first came on. I said, it feels like somebody used them for punching bags. And no one has. Let's see. Number 1 was the center. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do number 5. I'm fine as long as I stay relatively still like this. But when I start reaching for things, it does not go well for me. I'm lining it up right against that edge on number 5. I put 5 at the top, so I know that's where it's going. When I flipped it over, I made sure that the one I'm adding is at the top. So all I have to do is place my fabric down. And I can't remember if I put templates on this or not, but all you need is 1-inch pieces. Get more or less. Too big is better than too small. And this is the least wasteful way. This and templates are the least wasteful way to do FPP. I do like having them cut just right. It makes it go faster. But I didn't know that when I started doing these a couple years ago, so muscle memory really is what I would buy today. Do this. Thank you. And I will read the chat in a second because I know there's stuff going on over there. FPP does take patience. A little bit more patience than regular sewing. I'm going to push that back, bring it over to my press thingy-madilly. And if you're looking for custom FPP, our friend Sylvia can make FPP from a picture. I mean, if I gave her this picture, she could make it. If the Daisy dog quilt that we made, Melissa, that was Sylvia's work. Number 5 is at the top. I'm going to first trim it to the side, 1/4 inch where this tail is, and go over the next 1/4 inch and cut that off. There's a whole lot going on. Now I've got to scroll back up to find Tracy. Melissa, stop doing your job so good. I really was. I was planning what I was going to say this morning for you and Sylvia not being here. See, sometimes midstream I change my mind. This has a beveled edge, and Halo has these in her shop, by the way. The pink 12-inch ones. Where I got this one, they no longer have them, so I'm happy to send you over there. Small shop, and then this side has a lip on it that goes right up against that paper. Maybe I just like the sound a fresh blade makes. Is that weird? Kind of creepy. And voila! We have another side. Let's see what number I'm on. I'm usually very bad about going out of order. On pineapple blocks, this one is different. 4, 5, 6 is a light color. So I'm going to place it at the top. Put this over here where I can reach it. It's not in your way. And I'm going to scroll up to see what Tracy said. Good. Melissa says that quilt is so warm and so fun and warm. Friend's been looking. I'm going to scroll up because I got to see what Tracy said. Let's see. And I have to see. Oh, there's Dee Dee's response too. Thank you, Dee. Oh, he just doesn't like vinyl. It's a one-shot thing, which is a little bit hard. I don't know if confidence or well planning or what gets that. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn because my ribs are not liking me turning like that. To use my mouse, sorry. You get one shot to sew it, and if you mess up, you have to try again. So I'm trying to be very careful. The purple that I got and messed up, I got it on sale on Amazon. Oh, there's Sylvia. I don't have a channel because my potty mouth. Oh, I saw that. Melissa, thanks for the suggestions. I don't like vinyl. Our cherubs do, so I will look into it. Oh, the vinyl. Okay, cool. That is, like I said, I asked Barbie on her channel in her comments if she had a suggestion here in the USA, and they're printed in the USA. So if you want to support USA, if you're not, it's okay. I get it. She was actually talking about a place there in Canada, and if I could remember the name of that, I would share for our Canadian friends because it was awesome. They had some beautiful vinyls. I think they may have been, I can't remember if they were home machine friendly or not. But this one that she showed me, even in the descriptions, it'll say that you can sew it on a home machine. And like I said, I know that I can only go up to 1 millimeter. So I stay below that usually. Angel, I'm in want of another purse and wallet, so I have been looking for a lot. Your vinyl source has lighter weight vinyl, which is good for a domestic machine. Yes, I think we would get along great, Tracy. Gypsy says, oh, I think you would too. I think your honoriness would too. We always have before in chat. Yes, yeah. That's probably more than what people need to know, but Tracy says, I watch my mouth around Coleen because I love you, but sometimes it's hard, but I apologize for it. Yes, she absolutely does, and I appreciate that because not everybody does. My big tie up. My daughter makes those, yes. She sews the, hang on. She sews, she crafts, she makes blankets. She must be the one. There's a great big spider on the other side of this window. I'm trying to decide where it is. Okay. It's outside of the screen. The window's shut. Oh, that brings me to a story. They are beautiful. Your daughter does beautiful work. She edges glass. She does all the things. Oh, wow. Tracy and Sylvia 11. We all love Tracy. Yes, I knew Lissa would be next. It's horrible to have so much love in the chat. Horrible. Deborah says she keeps checking the weather. That's usually the reason it acts up like this. We are expecting rain, but we haven't gotten any. I think mine's my fibromyalgia because my face starts to hurt for no reason. That's a weird kind of pain. And it's not helping. But anyway, there we go. And there's a whole bunch of links in case you missed the links. Wow. Oh, Tracy got a new machine. It's a semi-industrial. Is that what you told me? Semi-industrial. Anyway, it's very nice. I know we've got lots of bag makers, so I'm not too far off when I'm sharing things about bag making. There it is. I got a Juki TL18 QVP. Yes, she did. Yes, it is very nice. Okay. What was I on? Thank goodness for the numbers when I decide to read them. 5, 6. You know that professional tote, and 6 is light. That's right. That professional tote, I had to get my magnifying glass to see it. The eye doctor said they can't do anything more for my eyes to improve them. I'm not like blind or anything. I just can't see writing a lot of times. Make sure they don't flip over on me. Hold my threads. Find my foot pedal. Forward a few stitches. And back a few stitches. And then forward. Whoops. I made one a little sideways on that when I came back. It'll be all right. It's in the seam. Did I say something? What was it? Oh, the Barbie lady. She sells the purses and bags that she makes on lives, the wallets on her website. And I know I've completely covered that piece. I've even covered the piece on top of it. So I need to trim that off after I iron it. But I really think it's something that I could learn to do myself, and I'd like it better. And I also found out I have frugal taste. It doesn't matter how much the bag is. I looked up for ideas. I was like, what do expensive bags look like? Now I'm cutting my tail off 1/4 inch over the line next to it. And I looked it up and I was like, I don't even like those. I told my husband, I said, you're lucky I don't have expensive taste. Last night I saw one. It was a resale one. I need to trim this side too, apparently. Went way over. Where's my other? Put it on the line. I have better videos for this. Like I said, this is a no stress. And yes, I was kind of not being careful with my blade right there. Now above that piece I just added on the line, pull it back. What was I going to say about bags? Oh, last night I saw one that was $45,000. He says, $45,000, you better be able to live in it. I said, I know, right? Oh, now I'm not trying to shame anybody who might own a $45,000 purse. I'm just saying, I'm thankful my tastes don't lean that way. That was loud. I apologize. Okay, we've got this one, and next is 7, also light. So I'll pick up that piece, and I'm going to line this edge up so I only have 2 sides to trim off when I'm done. So I'll have the top and this side to trim when I'm done, because I've got this side lined up with my raw edges and this side. And I know it's my 1/4 inch because I've already trimmed that down to the 1/4 inch. It has a 1/4 inch left over, so we have our seam allowance. Because if you cut it off at that line, you'd lose your seam. All the way across, back a little bit. Find my snips. I put my snips back most of the time. But I have a quilt that's going to someone that I need to quilt, and it's been in timeout too. I actually have 2/3 of it done. You'd think I would just finish it, get the binding on it, call it a day. It's a hard one. Not hard in style. Hard in it makes me remember things that sometimes I don't like to. And then it becomes a wiggly stitches. Now I've cut off the tail. Now I'm going to go above and cut that off and line it up with my line. And that on the paper, on that beveled side. Then I'll go to the lipped side. I like the pink ones. I am not a huge fan of yellow. It's okay. I don't have to be. You can be, and we can still be friends. But I would get the pink one. That looks kind of weird right there. Let's press it again. Every time. So, all right. Just making sure I got my 1/4 inch. That one looked kind of, this one looked kind of iffy up here. I can see through my paper. Maybe you can. Hopefully I'm still in view. I know sometimes I get fuzzy. It's just movement and my internet, I'm sure. Neither one I can help at the moment, but I'd like to visit. I'd like to see you guys in chat. I love the lurkers. I know you're there. I know you're there. You don't have to say nothing. I lurk. I understand. Okay, my next one will be, this was the last one, so this will be my next one, number 8. Let me do it again because my mind just, I put them on from this side. When I picked it up from the other side, I forgot what I was doing. And that is how fast it happens, guys. Again, and pretty much line up this side and my top right there. And if you're looking for FPP papers, Angel also has lots of FPP papers, and I like the small ones. One of the papers that go into this block is the Woven Star and the Snail Trail ones. You can also get those from Halo. I don't know what sizes. These are 4.5. Is that right? They equal 8. I'm not mathing this morning, guys. I don't want to. Back stitch. I might be done. It may be because I haven't been sewing that my ribs are hurting more today. Because I'm not getting the muscles that I usually use. So tossing and turning may hurt. Okay. Snail Trail, she has lots of them. If you're looking for FPP paper so you don't have to print them, check out what sizes she has. And if she doesn't have them, there is So Emma. So that's a Fat Quarter Shop brand. You can always look there. But I go to the smallest first. Then I work my way up. If they don't have what I need. I'm odd, I know. My husband's, this is why I think I don't fit in. My husband's like, you know, nobody else would do that. I don't care. I don't control everybody else. I would love to, though. We'd be such happy people. Most of the time. I need to go to the top and trim that one down. So there's my sew line. I just barely see it. So I'm going to go up here, use the bevel side. Whoops, just pull the paper over. I don't know what I'm doing. Almost done though. Pull that over for good. Okay. My turntable doesn't turn because this is in the way. And I made this one. I knew I just had to get used to it to use it because when I first put it over here, everything was slipping on me. Did not care for that at all. This is just a plywood piece of board with some chalk paint over it. Lazy Susan I got off of Amazon. I can't remember what it was, like $4. And then I had this small mat. I think you can also get small mats from the Dollar Tree. If not, Lori Holt has some cute ones that would be adorable like this. And I just measured it, cut it, glued it, E6000, glue to it. Of course, I used the screws down here. I needed some not washers. Some of those thingy-madillies. Anyway. Oh. Let's see. Talking about Tracy's sewing machine. And Deborah put the minion in timeout because her brain is on break. I have over half of it done, and brain says, you want to do what? I know what you mean. I really do. I'm going to go to 9. So I've got the 9 on top, and it's a dark color. So I'll flip it over, and I'll grab my dark again. If you cut all of these to, oh, I haven't measured anything right here. I don't have to guess what size it is. Why was I? If you cut all these to 4.5 inches, they will be more than long enough because the longest one is the size of the paper, which is 4.5 inches. So 1 inch by 4.5 inch, I would do 1.25 inch. It's just, I would. Unless you're very careful. I get my seam allowance a little bit too big sometimes. But these are 4.5 inches. Let's get the 9 back up there where I can see it. Going to line up. That is fuzz from that soft fabric. I can't remember if I said this, but I know I'm supposed to say this. It is clearly written down there by the links. If you use the Amazon links, they call it an associate. YouTube says affiliate. They call it an associate. So I am an associate with them. I was holding my threads down with my fingers over here. So I do get a commission if you buy anything within 24 hours after. Go on, seconds. After clicking my link. I have had the biggest mess from making bags. The biggest mess. And I've only got 3 going right now. I should never have that many of anything going. It does my head in. Like Deborah's. Basic math is a challenge at that point. Like figuring out this block just now. Nope. That was one step too far. Okay, now I'm going to cut the tail off, so I'll go 1/4 inch. Here's the line I sewed. The line above it is the one I'm wanting to go to. Fold that over. I ripped my paper. We're going to ignore that because it doesn't matter. Nothing's going to fall apart because of it. All right. Mine is what we sewed. Now I'm looking at mine. There's my sew line. I'm going to go above it. I'm going to go above that one. Fold this one over. But for bag making, I have gotten takeaways from, I think, every channel I've checked. Everyone shows me something else that I didn't quite understand, and they'll say it a little bit different. I'm like, oh, okay, that. So I went over 1/4 there, and we're back to light. 9, 10. I think I'm going to try to finish this up. 10. Yep. So I've got, hold on a second. My mind just said fried. So we're on 10. And it's light. This is also great for leftover binding pieces. 10 is up here. I'll put my light crossed. Line it up on this edge because I've already cut it at 1/4 inch, and this edge because I've cut that at 1/4 inch. I need to take off a little bit more right there. That look right. Oh, okay. I probably fixed this because I need to start. I have 13 cut off right there. It's supposed to go all the way across side. I think I fixed that. If that's not fixed, just know that you shouldn't. So I'll get across to number 10. I'll show you in a second. Whoops. Went over my end. Creative Grids also has a log cabin roller. Words are hard. I'll show you just a second what was wrong. Wish I could not only work one project at a time. My head gets done in when I do that. That's not what I want. When I did this pattern, number 10 should start right here. I cut off number 13, so number 13 needs to go all the way across. So I just started at that intersection and went across as I normally would, and I'm going to cut it off 1/4 inch over that line. Hopefully it's not like that on the one that I've got on the community page or pinned. And this is pinned at the top. Oh, hello. See, I'm going to fangirl. I love her so much. Wild Pony Designs. Oh, she loves paper piecing, girlfriend. I knew we'd get along. I was telling them you've got a live coming up with Barbie on your channel. What is today? 17th? On the 19th? I think it's 10 a.m. my time, which is probably 9 your time. Thursday, yes, because we share things like that. I'll get my 1/4 inch of using my seam allowance line to take that off instead of waiting. I make FPP. They're not perfect, but they'll do most of the time. But my friend Sylvia can make it from a picture of things, which blows my mind. I think Lori too is how I put her in the bot after I shared it earlier. Lori, we share channels around here, so if I gotta see if that's what I did. She's an hour behind Barb, so 10 o'clock her time. Oh, Alabama. I'm in Missouri. Now, is that how I did it? Nope, that's not how I did it. Doggone it. I know I put her. Can't check the bot right now. So, oh, I still have your page up. I have awesome moderators. But using the night. Yeah, I may have to go back and check because I may have intended to do that. Oh, and I may have put them both under Lori. I have another friend that's Lori that quilts. So there's, oh, can you look at this? I forgot to put her name on it because I'm a horrible moderator. I have lost practice. Melissa. There was a time I could moderate 3 channels at once. So anyway, now I did hear you say that you quilt too, right? You like FPP. I'm pretty sure I've seen. I'm going to go to 11, and it does go all the way across, does it? No, I did it with 11 too. Did I do it with all of them? That outer ring is just messed up. So I'm going to find the side that doesn't have the selvage on it. Those, I can't think of what they're called. I want to say countersunk D-rings on the side where you cut the hole and then you put the D-ring in the side. And then yeah, that, I was like, oh, I want to do that. Okay, I'm going to stop at this fabric over here, line it up here. This line over here is wrong, like the last one I showed you, because, y'all, you should just go visit Angel and see what she's got. Okay. What did I do? Okay, that's right. Stop there and then go all the way across. So I'm starting off my paper here. Like I said, we ain't stressing today. Been on here a little bit longer. My ribs feel a little bit. No, I need to stop there. I guess I do kind of know what I'm doing sometimes. Oh, I needed to stop at this line instead of going all the way over because that is wrong. I really need to check the thingy that I gave you guys. Hopefully you're smarter than me. Don't take much. But when I've seen hidden connectors, okay. Technology kicks her butt. They were using StreamYard, and I was like, oh, I should totally learn that. And then was like, oh, what? I just don't want to. I would love to have friends on with me, but I don't want to learn StreamYard. Am I yelling at you guys? I always feel like I'm yelling because I want to make sure. Okay, we've got 2 more pieces, and then we're going to be done. And I went over my time once again because I try to stick to an hour for all of our sakes. Let's see, so number 13. Is that right? Number 12. I'm on number 12. So I'll put number 12 at the top, turn it over. Remember that I need to be starting and stopping there instead of going all the way across because somebody did the paper wrong. Shame on them. So I'm lining it up here and here instead of going all the way across. Start off the paper, back stitch, I back stitch. There's different ways. Go to my intersection that I know I need to stop at. Back stitch. Where do you get your vinyls from usually? Lori, if you're still here. If you're lurking, it's fine. Everybody's got stuff to do. I'm horrible about not going into chats. In fact, last time you were on with Barbie, I started to say something and I was like, no. Because I'm goofy and I don't want people to take things wrong. Barb helped me a lot. If I can do it, so can you. Aw, thank you. She is, and I was saying earlier, she is my speed. You know, you got to find somebody in your speed, and you are my speed. And the camera angles work for me. I get it. On this one, I am just cutting off with my seam allowance on the outside. I apologize to my moderators for keeping you so long. One more, and it goes all the way across. Which, ironically, it says it stops here, and here it lies. Ignore that, it goes all the way across. Sometimes I do well, sometimes I don't. But like I said, if you cut these to 4.5 inches, your strips to 4.5 inches to begin with, it'll make this easier. My mind is having a hard time with the information I just gave it. Ignore that line. My mind was trying to fight me on that. My mouth knew what it was saying, but my mind was like, but there's a line. There's a line. You have to stop right there. Man, my ribs. And I usually watch lives on my TV, so I can have my computer. I'm usually watching everything on my TV. Freeze up my computer. No, when technology was getting messing with you guys on your live, Lori, I was like, I've been there, done that. Yep. Okay, and this ruler that I'm using, this one is a 4.5, and it's from Missouri Star. Oh, and I still moved it out of the way. I was going to be slick and turn it and do. I appreciate you coming to the live. I appreciate everyone coming to the live. I know we're all busy, and I have lots of content creators that are talking in the live, but I know I've got others lurking that maybe aren't. And on my haul video, underneath in the details section, where it says more, you click that and it drops. There's links to everything I showed, but underneath that, there is links to the patterns I used for the bags and to the bag makers, such as Lori. So yours has grapevine. Well, that's what I've been wanting to go to. Oh, Tracy. Now, Tracy is my hands-on. She's going to Zoom with me later. Not Zoom, Discord with me later. It's done. It's done. I need to take all the paper off. I don't know where this one's supposed to go in my grand scheme where I put the 4 together, but it's going to go right here for now. Like I said, we ain't stressing. You know what's better next to the block? The block that you made, not the one you haven't made. And I'm watching to hopefully keep outside that corner. I was thinking this weekend I really should get better at quilting before I go taking on something like bag making. It's not really what I do. I have gotten better because I've gotten much experience and I have got great people around me that help me. All right. That's half that block. We might do the other one next week. It's also FPP. There's 2 more pieces to this. It's a snail trail. And what was the other one I did? Sorry for the shaking. That is not within my control. What was the other one? Snail trail and woven star. Oh, thank you. And Tracy, there's a lady in Washington I want to try. That Tracy, we're going to talk for a minute. Even though, yeah, my body is like, Coleen, shut up. Shut up and move on, woman. We're going to talk. What was her name? I've heard other people talk about her too. Anyway, her shop has some threads that I can use. The problem was that they were larger spools and I wanted something smaller. That's why I got them from Wall Whack. So she has some beautiful thread. And I start out with cheap and affordable, and it usually works. But then I, try to do a little bit nicer eventually. But the bag I'm going to make, Lori, you did one, and I'm just going to keep talking to you like you're here if you're not. It was the leopard, and I can't remember what color you used with it. You may have used black, but I was like, oh, that is why I got the black and the gray. It feels like rubber. I don't know what's going on with this. I'm going to have to order from that other place just so I can see how it's supposed to feel. The black and the gray fabrics, because I wanted to make a purse and then a smaller, well, like a hobo purse and then a smaller one. I don't have patterns yet. I kind of do my own thing a lot of times. It's not working with me with bags. But anyway, that leopard, I was like, that's the look I'm going for. Okay, and I had to take the paper off of that, and I like this one too. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It's just a block on itself. I should have done that. I probably have enough fabric to do one and make a table topper. Maybe that's what we'll do. We've got some time till July. Blow this up and make it the center for a table topper. What do we think? I'm going to tilt you. Please close your eyes if you get vertigo, nausea, anything like that. You may open your eyes now. We don't want people getting sick. Get some things out of my way real quick. Put them up and I don't have to do it after the live. Honestly, I'm going to go to the couch after the live, find something to drink. I should make tea. I'll just drink my water. And have me a good watch of some YouTubers until Mom and Pop come on. I don't know if Barbie is live today. I've noticed she has been on live on Tuesdays. I don't know if we go over each other a little bit or not, but like I said, I catch it when I'm done. Okay, I've got my mess cleaned up just a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. My ribs. And that will make my tremors worse. So I'll go sit and behave here in just a few minutes. If you want to learn to scrap quilt, follow Bonnie Hunter. She does a mystery quilt every year. Oh, I saw her. And I think I saw her doing some kind of tour of a quilting house thing. I want to say Gypsy Woman. The other Lori has done Bonnie Hunter. I'm positive. But, oh, I love scraps. This is what... Oh, pardon me. This is what I'm working from. And this is the last block to the quilt I'm making. I also use 3-yard quilts as the base for the design. It's back there folded, ready for me to finish up one of these days. Need that stuff looking at me. I've got my machine clean. I got a new needle in. I even changed the blade in my rotary cutter. Did I mention that I cut glue with my zigzag scissors yesterday? So while we're on top of the world, just remember I've done that. Saya Swag, that's it. Tracy said it, yes. I'm probably saying the name wrong, but yes, Wendy. We know things. Those were your scraps? Yes. Those were cut-offs left from that other, the border. I think it was this piece and that first piece that I cut, straightening it up. I think that's all I had from that. It was a ½ yard. So I thought, might as well use it. And I still have scraps. I try to use them as I go along into something else. So I'm not collecting, but I'm still collecting. I wanted to change to summer colors, but I really like doing the red, white, and blues together. Don't judge. I'm in America, and the UK is red, white, and blue too. And I don't know where else is red, white, and blue. And this over this shoulder. Best YouTuber in the world, by the way, right here. So teasing, y'all. This is the block of the month that Melissa, Sylvia, and I are doing that releases on the 8th of every month. And this month was India. It is down. Let's see if I can turn so you can see it. It is down at the very bottom corner down there. And these are free for the until the next block of the month comes out for me. We're all doing different things. We've all got different takes. We may be doing one quilt like me. We may be just doing random blocks and figuring what we're going to do out, what we will be doing with them next time. Oh, Cascadia. Yes. I will learn the lingo. I promise I'm going to learn the lingo. The names of the bags, the names of the patterns. I'm just slow. And Dee Dee's going to head out. Okay, I need to go back up. Still hair brown. They were just in Iceland. Ooh. July is usually the freebie leader ender. Oh. I want some of my scraps. Are you talking to me? Are you talking? I am such a dork. 3 years. 3 years. And I have not gotten better at editing my big mouth. Oh. Melissa says, I want to make bags with my Juki 2010 without issues. Now, Barbie and Lori both have Jukis. They're, I think, I don't know if they're both industrials. I know Barbie's is. I can't remember if I'm just deciding that they both are because of that or not. Oh, I went to, in fact, it was a couple weeks ago. She was talking, somebody mentioned it in her chat. I went to, maybe she's talking about Springfield, Illinois, but Springfield, Missouri. I'm not far from Springfield Leather Company in Springfield, Missouri. And I went there that morning for the first time. Touched all the dead skins. I mean, pretty leather. I touched all the touched all pretty leather. I'm going to sit back. I touched all the leather. And I looked at all their hardware and stuff, and I was like, oh. And I was talking to him. Well, what I really needed was the welting. And I think I've got it in one of these things. What I really needed was this for piping, because I want to try piping. I mean, I may hate it, but I want to try to make it. And I couldn't, I didn't see it anywhere else. I did find another place, but I wanted the plastic type, not the cotton. Anyway, I went over there and I told him, I was like, well, I saw online that you've got this piping and welting, and I showed them the picture on my phone. They took me back to it. They were very generous, and they got a little bit more than what I asked for, which was 5 yards. It was really cheap. Anyway, as I was going out, I was like, oh, I wish my machine was so the stuff. I said, but I've got a very tiny machine. And he was laughing. They were so nice. The people there are so nice, and they were trying to help me as I went to, well, first the guy is like, well, if you want to spend $1,200 on it, and I was like, oh, no, I don't need to spend that money to run stuff. That's not yet anyway. I can dream. You don't know. I may have a rich relative that passes, or, you know, win the lottery, or be better at budgeting. Anyway, he laughed. He's like, I understand. And then the guy, I told him, I said, I had a very small home machine. He says, well, the first thing you need to do is make sure you're using the right needle. What needle are you using? And I told him the denim needle. And he's like, perfect. And he was like, yeah, the stuff we have, it's not going to sew on your machine. And then he started talking to me about hardware and stuff and why they don't carry some of the hardwares. Like I went in, I wanted rainbow hardware. They didn't have the rainbow. And he explained to me why, because it doesn't hold up like they would like and stuff like that. I was like, but could you clear coat it with spray paint? Because, you know, I'm going to spray paint. By the way, did I say bye to you, Dee Dee? I meant to say bye to Dee Dee. I'll say bye and hi on her video drop Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm a goof. I'm a goof. But they were so nice. Dee Dee did say that she was heading out, got some outdoor things I need to do. Oh, outdoors. I told my husband, I wish we had it covered outside with some comfortable chairs I could sit in. I miss sitting outside. I haven't been able to sit outside comfortably since I was probably 30. I should make a point to make something comfortable for me to sit outside. And anyway, need to do so. I better get out there before the heat becomes unbearable. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day, Dee Dee. I'm sorry if you're already gone and I'm just talking to everyone else. And that's when Lori said Cascadia. And they have so many pattern sites to check out too. Every time they do a bag, they tell you where they get it, and they give you a link to where you can go look at it. And I'm spending enough money just on the 2 patterns that I did get. I have to wait because, you know, YouTube ain't paying the bills. My husband is. So, yeah, I'm plotting a lot. I think you need more scraps. Scrap misery loves company. I will say, Dawn, you know my address. What am I going to do? I'll have to make a scrap project, another one. And I still have that. When I was trying to do all your blocks, I still have that to do, woman. If you want to share, I ain't going to say no. My husband's a little bit worried about this buying I've been doing, even though some of it's free. And Lori said it's from Kay Dill Handmade, and I subscribe to that, her too. I like her too. I don't have her in the bot. See, it's been what, 2 years since I added people to the bot. I just hadn't been watching YouTube like that. I've been watching murder mysteries. I had to stop. It was getting in my head. Dawn has nice scraps. Dawn sent me scraps before. I like them. And she sent me the prettiest rainbow one. I was going to do something with that too. Jelly roll. I am easily excited, I know. France, yes. Oh, look at that. France is red, white, and blue too. I knew that's where I was going. Thank you, Halo. Angel is Halo Inspirations, and she is a fabric enabler. She also has Tula Pink, some of Tula Pink's hardware stuff for bags, and I have a plan. I get the cheap stuff, and then I will move up to the Tula stuff when I decide someone is bag worthy. Myself. But I like the leather straps right now instead of I've been getting some strapping, but I can put fabric over that strapping too. But you wouldn't want to do that with the Tula strapping and stuff. It is. My hand's going to explode soon. Lynn's laughing. Lynn has her own dump site. We call her Sylvia. For scraps. And she's like, yeah, she has beautiful stuff. We're terrible. We are all terrible. Practically creative. I could not with the materials. I couldn't with the materials and vinyls I was using. Oh, I didn't see what Melissa had said. Oh, she couldn't with her machine that she was using. Thicker vinyl is hard to use on the Juki, Melissa said. Ah, that's why I got my industrial machines. You're such a show off. And she creates beautiful stuff. I was watching a lady. It was like a 5-year-old video. I don't think she even puts videos out anymore. I can't remember her name. But I was watching her, and she was saying, if you want perfect results, you need to start with perfect tools. And I'm going, alrighty then. We use what we got, and we don't have a fit. I envy. I love seeing the work. I do. I love seeing Wendy does amazing stuff too. There's lots of free bag patterns out there. I've noticed that. I didn't realize there were so many out there. And I was like, oh, I like this one. I don't think it was Swim. Me and Melissa and Sylvia were talking the other day. There was one. What was the bag called, Melissa? And I'm sorry if I'm hurting your arthritis right now. What did Dawn do? I was thinking that for straps. Let's see. My bin runners over. I may share some scraps. You shopping for anything in particular? I seem to always be short on oranges and yellows, and I think I've been collecting green. Let me look at my rainbow. I started over here. Oh no, I have yellow. I have yellow. Oranges and reds. I seem to be short on. Most of my fabric is in a spot this big. that's like yardage, closer to yardage. I get half yards at a time. I don't bother getting a yard usually. Okay. If you don't have it, it's fine. Don't you worry about it. Don't give me something just because I said that I don't have a lot, because you know me, I've got enough. But thank you. I appreciate the help. And my husband does. Oh, he's such a miser. Goodwill leather belts is what my quilt project was saying. $1 for purse straps. And I was thinking you could get a used purse and get the hard. And this may sound completely idiotic to you guys. Yard sale purses that are like falling apart. Maybe it's worth taking the hardware off of. See, this is how life works. February, our friend over at My Great Challenge, French lady, I know her name. Sophia did a declutter challenge, and I was like, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do it with her. And I did, and I decluttered all my baby stuff, all my toddler stuff that I got for the grands, because I did the math, and by my math, I wasn't getting no more grandbabies. And by the time I had great grandbabies, they weren't going to bring them to me. And then my son calls about Mother's Day and lets me know that I'm going to be a grandma again. I also, in that declutter, I have one purse. Stop laughing. I had one purse. That's all I needed. That's all I wanted. And I had it for longer trips. So it was a large hobo bag type. That thing had so many D-rings on it and everything else. Now I'm sitting here going, oh, I wish I had that. But it went in the trash because the faux leather on it had started chipping off the sides. I've only had it like 9 years. And I only got rid of my last one because my son says, I remember that from when I was little. And that's what I got to replace it. So I was like, yeah, I guess they are kind of ratty. I'm not, but if I made my own, it would be exactly what I wanted. And that's what I was thinking. I only want to, I'm not a minimalist, but too much for my brain. All of our brains work differently. We all have a shut off valve at some point. Some of us don't. Mine shuts off at 2. I saw and I know I'm still talking. Cannibalize the hardware. Yes, I like that term. That's what I should do. And it's great when you're first learning and you don't want to go spend a whole bunch of money on something you don't even know if you can do. That's why I got that cheap stuff. But I am so going to order from those other shops. And the prices are good. They're not high. They have good prices. I didn't want to run something nice. Where was I going with that? Lynn says, congrats. I too have another grandson on the way. Yay! Congratulations, Lynn. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. I was going somewhere with something I was saying a minute ago, and I just went off. No such thing as perfection. That's what I always say. If I use the word, oh, that's perfect, what I mean is that'll do. That'll do, because there's no. If you're watching me, you need to lower your standard a little bit if you want perfection. Oh, Dawn has lots of reds and oranges. What was I going to say? I have just grandbabies. Because of my spine, I have scoliosis and tremors and stuff like that. I can't keep babies a lot. And my husband doesn't help because he's an awful person. Awful. I love my husband. It's easy. I keep telling him he should watch my videos and I'd stop talking about him. Which reminds me, I was going to tell you the spider story. But so But a changing pad would be helpful at grandma's house. So when they come to visit, even if they're here a couple hours, we have somewhere decent to change the baby. You know, we use grandma's bed. That's what we always did, use the floor. But, you know, so I thought that would be kind of nice, and got some bibs and stuff like that. And I'm getting them through the Vine program. So some of them are free. Some of them I'm going to have to pay for it in a year in taxes. We won't tell my husband. My youngest, Lynn says, my youngest and girlfriend found out 2 weeks ago which variety. I'm waiting. In fact, daughter-in-law texted me the ultrasound picture, and she says, Cody may have already texted you, but everything's going great. And showed me their first ultrasound. And I said, yay, with, you know, all kinds of emojis. And then I said, pardon me while I go kill my son, because he had not texted me. He had not told me. Grandma needs to know. She laughed. Boys are different. I had 5 boys, so boys are different than girls when it comes to sharing information and stuff. I thought I raised them better. I think. But that's okay. And I don't remember what I was saying earlier, but the spider thing. Every spider my husband has ever seen, unless it's clearly a thin-legged spider. If you don't like spiders, you might want to go, no, it's okay. Or just say goodbye. No, it's okay too. I'm just jabbering. I went in my little half bathroom. I turn the light on, and I see a dark spot on the wall. I don't have my glasses on. I know it's a spider. I can see the legs. I can see the form. I'm yelling from just 2 rooms over. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. It's not that far. I'm yelling at my husband, saying his name. He's got his game stuff in his ears. He's only supposed to use one, so he knows what I'm saying to him. I'm in there yelling. My other son has his game in his ears, but he can hear me yelling, my youngest. Finally, he says, Dad, Mom wants you. And he has to yell it a couple times. And he tells him, he says, she's been in there 5 minutes yelling for you. And I was like, he comes in there, you were going to let the spider kill me so you could listen to your game. You left me for dead. He says it was a brown recluse. I said, and it was a brown recluse. And you were going to let me die. So ever since then, it's been, oh, you going to let me die? Because, you know, I don't overreact. My quilt project's a sandal mantis. Oh, he'll never live that down. Oh, if there is a bug, if there is a rodent, if there is a snake, and he is not around, I will deal with it. If he is around, I'm going to act like a little girl who is terrified. I was sitting there thinking I could kill the spider by the time he got in here, but I didn't want to leave it unattended so it could roam around that little bathroom. But I was like, I had to keep an eye on it. The whole time we've been together. If he's not there, I'll deal with things. If he's there, I expect him to, even if it inconveniences him. So we better go. My moderators and I, we've all been on here too long. We had a good time chatting, though, I think. Maybe we're going to get some naps. No spider should scare you twice. Don said that on my quilt projects. I know, right? See, now I wish I had my inhaler, because what I've done is give myself naps. My tech laughing too much. Oh, okay. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope my camera didn't go all wonky on us this time like it tends to do, because I move around too much too. Thank you guys. Don't forget, check out my friends, check out my moderators. The channel's over here, the channel's below in links. If you're looking for somebody in particular and I didn't leave the link and you just don't want to go find it, let me know and I'll get you a link for it in the comments. No problem, no harm, no foul. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up just to, you know, let YouTube know somebody did. Laura says, bye everyone. Have a great day. Come watch Barb and me on Thursday. I will be there and I will try to get in the chat if I don't chicken out. I had a bad experience in chats once upon a time, and since then it's been a thing with me. But I love what I saw the chat on my computer and I was like, oh, they are our people. Melissa says, my friend Tans, who is 6'5", wants to be the one who gets to be afraid of spiders. No. No. I will sit here and we'll both look at that spider. I won't do anything about it. I can be that stubborn. Melissa, if you make that bag, post pictures on your Facebook. Melissa has Facebook. I don't know if Lori has a Facebook. Everyone has a Facebook. Barbie has a Facebook. Too many names, too much information going in and not coming out. I don't think Donna has Facebook either. She has a WordPress blog and she has a channel. So anyway, check them all out. Say hi. Lurk. If that's all you want to do, it's fine. It's okay. We love our lurkers. Don't miss Halo. Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. I can do the conversion today. Yay! That's fun. I feel so much better leaning against this like this. So everybody have a good day. Lead with kindness and be the light you want to see in others. Love you guys. It was a good time.